Games this weekend now in Serie A as Juventus play catch-up up against Lazio, and of course Atalanta take on Inter. But is there anything stopping Zlatan and co? We'll take a little look next. Right, folks, back once again with another prediction show today. We're looking at Matchday number 7 out in Serie A, and we'll get to that in just a second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to give you bang up today with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Serie A related, football related. We got it all here under one Ruski, of course. Yes, games coming thick and fast. In fact, we've actually got one Wednesday night. We're going to play catch up with that in just a minute. I want a big shout out to the Patreon gang, the Brotherhood. You know who you are, the Blackburn Roverseas Mafia, supporting the channel behind the scenes. I do appreciate it. I really, really do. You actually put a big smile on my face. It actually had a very good few days in regards to the patrons. We had 2 new guys on Monday, so a big shout out to Jan, who was one of the latest members, of course, and of course Mickey N.A. Big shout out to him, of course, big fan and friend of the channel. He's actually been on the show a couple of times as well. So I do appreciate all the guys and the support. And again, if you want to support the channel in another way, check out the link down below, patreon.com/roasties. You could be the latest member of the Brotherhood, and you can be one of my best friends for life. I value each and every one of my patrons. They're like I'm like a little child. I will look after them from here on in. And there's going to be some new perks and privileges in the future, of course, looking at mods and stuff like that, some mod privileges for patrons as well, so make sure you check those out. Anyway, let's get into it and waste no more time, because I'm actually going to go live very soon, so I've got to get my hair done and everything. So let's get into it and take a look at how we all got on last time around. First, we're going to take a look at me. 0 to 3, you're in the poop face gang. 4 to 7, you're in the straight face club. 8 plus, you're in the top bins. I think there might be a couple of those, but it is not me. Oh no. Next up, of course, kicking us off, Crotone against Atalanta. Atalanta back to winning ways, of course, with a 2-1 win over Crotone. Difficult one, that one. Difficult sidestep. Luis Morale with a couple of goals there for Atalanta. Simi getting the 1-0 goal for Crotone as they lost at home. Actually went a 3-0 for Atalanta. They're back up to 4th. They had a real bad run, back-to-back defeats for them prior to this. But anyway, they're moving, right? Inter Milan, though, they had a bit of a hiccup. 2-2 draw against Parma. The goal scorers on the day, Gervinho with a couple of goals for Parma, Marcel Brozovic and Ivan Perisic. Easy for you to say. With a 2-2 draw in the end. Inter Milan now down to 6 with that draw as Napoli and Atalanta and Sassuolo do very well. I'll talk about Sassuolo in a minute. Bologna against Cagliari. Actually, with a 2-0 win with that last one. Bologna against Cagliari, and as a 3-2 win for Bologna. Goals galore on that one. 5-goal thriller. Musa Barra with a couple of goals. Roberto Sorino as well for Bologna. João Pedro on scoresheet. Giovanni Simeone again on scoresheet for Cagliari. Actually, one with a 1-1 draw in this one, of course. Zlatan, my pick for the title. AC Milan doing 2-1 winners over Udinese in the end. Actually, with a 3-1 for AC Milan. Goal scorers, Rodrigo da Pau for Udinese, but Frank Kessie, and of course Zlatan on the scoresheet once again for AC Milan. 3-1 win in the end. Spezia against Juventus, of course, ended up as a 4-1 win. Ronaldo returns with a double. Actually went with a 2-0 win for Juventus. Goal scorers on the day, Tomsaro Pengbanga on the scoresheet for Spezia, Alvaro Marotta, Adrian Robert, and a couple of goals there for Cristiano Ronaldo to bounce back ability for them as they try to climb up the table. Of course, Torino against Roma, Lazio, should I say. 7-goal thriller right there. Goodness gracious me, in favour of Lazio. They're picking up the victory. Bremer on the scoresheet with Sasa Lucic, Andrea Balotelli on the scoresheet for Torino. However, on the flip side, Lazio's goals coming from Andres Pereira, Sergio Milinkovic-Savic, Sidio Immobile, and Filippo Casado, giving the winner there to give the 3 points to Lazio. I would love to watch that game. Napoli against Sassuolo. I actually remember the 3-1 for Lazio. Napoli against Sassuolo. Big wins for Sassuolo. 2-0 winners over Gattuso's boys. Shame on them. Goal scorers on the name Manuel Cattalelli and Maximo Lopez on the score sheet for Sassuolo as they took the 3 points to most second in the table. Shh. Say it quietly, folks. Say it quietly. Of course, Roma against Fiorentina ended up as a 2-0 win. Called it, lads. Bang on the piston nose for me, laddie. The goal scorers Leonardo Spezzola and Pedro on the score sheet for Roma. Lucas Martinez Quattra getting himself sent off. I've been practicing. I'm a lingo. Actually got them bang on the nose, laddie-os. Bang on the nose. Of course, Sampdoria against Genoa end up as an all square, my boys. Actually remember the 1-0 for Sampdoria. They're still in the top 10. That's good for them with the nicest man in football. Can I get the goal scorers on that, please? Hey, Barusa, can I get the goal scorers on that last game there, please? Can you give me the goal scorers? Yeah. Jakub Jankto on score sheet for Sampdoria, Gianluca Samacca on the score sheet for Genoa as they took got a point. And of course, Hellas Verona did beat Benevento. I got with a 3-1 win there, actually with a 2-1 win myself. The goal scorers on that one, of course, Antonio Barak with a couple of goals, Darko Lazovic as well, Gianluca Lapudula on the score sheet for Benevento, and Gianluca Capriari getting himself sent off on that one. Of course, got myself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which ain't too bad, buddies. Ain't too bad. We'll take a look at where that is in a minute. AC Milan though leading the charge, 2 points clear off Sassuolo. Sassuolo, who are 2 points clear of Juventus and Napoli. Everyone's played 6 games. It's nice and clean up there, except for Torino and except for Genoa, which we're going to take a look at those in a minute. Of course, this is a live action prediction league, but fellas, and you can still join if you want to get into it. So it's the criteria: 0 to 3, you're in the shit face gang; 4 to 7, you're straight face club. I got myself 6. Remember that: 666, 6666. 8 plus gives you top bins. There might be one of those. Alex Weller, you did all right. Vincent Hong did bits. Simon Rex, not too shabby. Omaji Monday did okay as well. Nathan Eva, well done, brother. Get in there, my son. LG and Cow, you did all right. Get in there, my boy. Hansworth, he did okay. Shambo, new to the scene, he did okay. Cody Ho, also killing it as well. Bianca Muller, not too bad. Well done, well done. We are QPR, did bits. And Ishan, not too bad. Liam 2000 did okay. Vachko Vasic, what did you do? You did all right. Matt Gunner did bits. Tennis Keneally, not too shabby. Thief out the great. He is great. Bossy Matter, not too bad. Russell Frost, well done, well done. Costas K, he's okay. Yannick Bustler, he's the muscler. Sander 99, you're shit. Club Skills, not too bad. The D-Man, aka High, he did all right as well. Gaming Charlie, not too shabby. Shane O'Donnell, smashing it out there as well. Omar Esquivel, well done. A Mexican sniper. Neil Galilei, he's okay. Oriel G, who did he? Shepherd, here's the man. There he is. He's also a patron, so get in there, my son. So everyone, there's no top bananas out there, but Ho is your leader. Sander 99 sucked, but it's okay. You're all right, brother. 6 gets you into 7th, but 7th is a 7th heaven right there. Alex Weller, Costas K, Nathan Eva, Neil Galilei, Shane O'Donnell, Yannick Buster are your kings. Bow down to your kings for this week and this week alone. But who is your overall kingpin? Neil Galilei? That's wrong. I think there's 2 Neil Galileis. There you are. 15th spot, Neil Galilei. The Hansworth, Omaji Monday, and Yannick Buster are your kingpins at the moment for the 50% success rate. Costas K is up there in the top 5. Liam 2000 not too far as well. Shepherd leading the charge as patron, the top member of the patron gang. Shane O'Donnell and Bianca Muller not too far away either. Still very, very early days, so don't get too disheartened if you're bottom of the pops like me probably. Look at Sander 99. Bloody yeah, he had a shit one this one, but he's up there still. He's doing all right. He's doing all right, pal. Of course, the games come thick and fast, and I've actually got a double bubble here for Genoa and Torino. So let's take a look at that game then. Now, these two sides played 130 times in the past. 34 wins for Genoa, 45 wins for Torino, and 34 draws. The last 6 though, 6 wins and 6 for Torino, including last time around, which they did play in Torino. It was a 3-0 win for Torino back in July 2020. Last time they played each other in Genoa was also in Serie A back around about November 2019. The one goal scorer for Torino was Bremnon, scoring on the 77th minute with Simon Adera getting himself sent off. Heading into this, Torino have actually conceded at least 3 goals in the last 4 matches. They also failed to win the last 12 away matches, and of course they've also won 5 of the last 6 matches against Genoa in all competitions. Well, it looks like they won 6 out of 6 to me. I don't know what they're talking about. But anyway, heading into this, they come into this. What are we looking at here? What are we looking at? Genoa actually just 1 win in the past 5 for them in all competitions. That was against Gantanzaro. It was a friendly, so it doesn't really count. So 1 win in the past 5 was against Crotone back in September, of course. Meanwhile, on the flip side, Torino just 1 win. In fact, winless in 5 for them heading into this. So 2 teams looking for a result and looking for a result fast. Or double match week for them. Good chance for them to make up the ground. 7-5 for Genoa for the victory. 13-5 is your 7-4 is your away win. Of course, coming into this, what do we have on the table? Genoa actually in, where are they? 16th spot, but a win for them. They could go as high as 11th. On the flip side, Torino coming to this. Where the heck are they? They're actually in the relegation spot, but a win for them. They could go as high as 18th on the table. Who's going to get the points on the board for the first one? I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. Yep, boring. It's a bit of a kick in the bollocks right there for both 2 sides. Next up, Sassuolo, surprise runners up at the moment, taking on Udinese. Now, these 2 sides played each other just 14 times in the past. 5 wins for Udinese, 4 wins for Sassuolo, and 5 draws, of course. But the last 6, what's in the last 6 then, shall we? Let's take a little look. 1 win for Sassuolo, 3 wins for Udinese, and 2 draws. Last time I played was actually in Sassuolo back in August 2020. Is that right? August 2020? Did they already play each other this season? It must have been the back end of the last season. Of course it was. It was a 1-0 win for Udinese, yes, back in the day. Stefano Kaka on the score sheet for Udinese. I think he's a former Watford man there. Sassuolo have actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 5 matches. Udinese have actually lost 5 of the last 6 matches as well. Sassuolo looking very, very good. Unbeaten in 6 games in all competitions, of course, winning 4 of the past 5 as well. On the flip side, Udinese are just 1 win in the past 5 for them. That was against Parma back in the middle of October, of course. Look at the odds on this one then. Sassuolo hitting tip-top form, 6-5 on. Of course, all eyes will be on Friday night. 6-5 on for the favourites for Sassuolo. 29-10 is your draw. 14-5 is your away win. Of course, Sassuolo coming to this in second, but a win for them. They could go top of the pops. Oh yeah, top of the pops with a big fat W in the end. Udinese coming to this in the drop zone at the moment, but a win for them. They could go as high as 13th in the table, pal. I'm going to go with Sassuolo, sticking with the form boys, and a 2-0 win in the end. Cagliari taking on my boys Sampdoria. Now these 2 sides have played each other in the past 83 times. 29 wins for Cagliari, 21 wins for Sampdoria, and just 33 draws. In fact, a lot of draws. Last time they played each other, in fact, the last 6 though, sees 2 wins for Cagliari, 3 wins for Sampdoria and 1 draw. Last time they played was in Sampdoria in lockdown. Last season, it was a 3-0 win. Gabbiadini on the score sheet. Bonazelli with a couple of goals there for Sampdoria. However, last time they played each other in competitive action in Cagliari, it was a 7-goal thriller back in December 2019, going in favour of Cagliari. Quagliarella with a couple of goals for Sampdoria. Ramirez as well. But Nangolan, Pedro with a couple of goals, and Siri. That's Alberto Siri, giving Cagliari the 3 points with a 4-3 win. Heading into this, Cagliari have actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 4 matches in Serie A, and they come into this just 1 defeat in the past 3 games. That was against Bologna just the other day. On the flip side, Sampdoria looking very, very good at the moment, picking up, what are they, unbeaten in 4 for them, 3 wins and a draw in the process. These stupid friendlies mess up my eyes here. But of course, the Sampdoria in tip-top form at the moment. But heading into this 9-5 for Cagliari for the victory. 11-8 is Sampdoria. 13-5 is your draw. That is even Stevens, of course, down the middle. Of course, Sampdoria coming in this 9th bit of win for them. They could go as high as 3rd. Yes, I said that. 3rd. Cagliari coming to this, though, in 12th spot bit of win for them. They could go as high as 9th. Leapfrogging Sampdoria in the process. I'm going to go with on this one a draw. Yeah, playing safe again, straight down the middle. Easy peasy in the end. Next up, what do we have on this one? Benevento against Spezia. Of course, these two teams just last season were in Serie B. This will be the 8th time that these two sides have locked horns. The previous 7, 5 wins for Benevento, 2 wins for Spezia, and no draws. The last 6, though, sees 4 wins for Benevento, 2 wins for Spezia, and no draws. Once again, last time the pleasure was actually in Benevento back in February 2020. It was a 3-1 win in Serie B, of course. Riccardo Imprompta, Gabriele Mancini, and Nicolas Viola on the score sheet, with Manuel Grazzi getting one and only goal for Spezia. Lucas Moro got himself sent off as well for Spezia. Heading into this, Benevento have actually lost their last 3 matches in Serie A. They've also Spezia have actually conceded at least 2 goals in the last 4 matches, of course. Heading into this, Spezia just 1 defeat of the past, in fact 2 defeats of the past 5 for them, losing to AC Milan. And of course, Juventus, juggernauts, of course. On the flip side, Benevento looking absolutely clueless at the moment. Just 1 win in the past 4 for them. That was against Bologna all the way back in the start of October. Quickly, the odds then on this one. Benevento with a victory. Even Stevens, 13-5 is your draw, 12-5 is your away win. Benevento coming to this, where are they? 14th for the table, but a win for them. They could go as high as 11th. Spezia coming to this in 17th spot at the moment, but a win for them. They could also go as high as 11th. Of course, battle of the big boys. I'm playing it safe. I'm going to go with the home team on this one with a 1-0 win. Next up, Parma up against AC, Fiorentina, of course. Now, these two sides have played each other in the past 59 times. 17 wins for Parma, 21 wins for Fiorentina, and 21 draws as well. But the last 6, though, in fact, the last 5, 2 wins for Parma, 1 win for Fiorentina, and 2 draws. Last time I played each other was in Parma back in July 2020 in lockdown. Last season, it was a 2-1 win for Fiorentina. That's right, the goal scorers on the day. Can you tell me the goal scorers on the day, producer? Are you doing your job today? I'll tell you, the goal scorers on the day. Eric Pulga with a couple of goals there for Fiorentina from the penalty spot. Kajuga Juric Kuka on the score sheet for Parma as well on the penalty spot. 3 penalties on the day in the end. Heading into this, Fiorentina have actually conceded at least 2 goals in the last 5 matches. Parma have actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 3. They come into this, Fiorentina, just 1 defeat the past 3 for them. That was against Roma just the other day. On the flip side, Parma coming to this, just 1 defeat the past 4. That was against Udinese in the middle of October. So Parma will probably edge this one in the form book, of course. Parma, the odds 23-10 for the victory, 21-20. So 21-20. Fiorentina are your favourites, 30-5 is your draw. Parma come to this in 15th spot, but a win for them. They could go as high as 11th, which is where Fiorentina are at the moment. But a win for them, they could go as high as 9th. I am going with Fiorentina, away form book, bookies. That's all in favour. Going with them next. Of course, 31 on the Sunday is Lazio against Juventus, of course. Now, these two sides played each other 173 times in the past. Just 43 wins for Lazio, 90 wins for Juventus, and 39 draws, pal. The last 6, though, sees 2 wins for Lazio, 4 wins for Juventus, and no draws. Last time they played each other was in Turin, back in July 2020, of course. In lockdown, Ronaldo with a couple of goals, Ciro Immobile, and a 2-1 win for the champions, of course. Last time they played each other in Lazio was in December 2019. It was a 3-1 win for Lazio. That's right, get in there. Ronaldo on the score sheet for Juventus, Juan Corrado get himself sent off. Luis Felipe Casado, and Sergio Milinkovic-Savic on the score sheet for Lazio in a 3-1 win. Heading into this, Juventus are actually undefeated in the last 6 matches in Serie A, and they've also got Ronaldo back. Of course, they come into this in all competitions. Just what are they looking at? 1 defeat the past 5. That was against Barcelona. Of course, no Ronaldo there. Of course, heading into this, Lazio coming to this unbeaten in 4 in all competitions, including the Champions League. Of course, doing very, very well out in their respective group. Look at the odds on this one: 5-2 for Lazio, 2019 on Juventus are your favourites. 11-4 is the draw. I'm going with a 2-1 win for Juventus in the end on this one to take it to the house. Next up, Atalanta. In fact, with that win for Juventus, they could mathematically shoot up to second in the table. They can't go top no matter what. Next time, another fruity one is Atalanta taking on Inter Milan. Now, these two sides played each other 124 times in the past. 25 wins for Atalanta, 67 wins for Inter Milan, and 32 draws, pal. The last 6, though, sees 1 win for Atalanta, 2 wins for Inter Milan, and 3 draws. Last time they played each other was in Atalanta back in August. 2020 in lockdown. It was a 2-0 win for Inter Milan. Daniel D'Ambrosio with Ashley Young also on the score sheet for Inter Milan. Heading into this, Inter Milan have actually scored at least 2 goals in 8 of the last 9 matches away from home. Inter Milan also undefeated in the last 9 matches away from home. Atalanta actually conceded at least 2 goals in the last 3 home matches. They're coming to this just... one defeat the past 5 for Atalanta, of course, in all competitions, including Champions League. On the flip side, Inter Milan just 1 defeat the past 5 for them also, but they're drawing a lot of games right now. Too many games for Conte's point of view, I believe. 13-8 for Atalanta for the victory. 5-2 draw, 7-5 is your away win. Coming into this, Inter Milan are in 6th spot, but a win for them. They could go second. On the flip side, Atalanta coming to this in 4th, and a win for them. They could also go second. Back for the second spot here on this one. I'm going to go with a 3-3 draw. Yep, goals galore on this one with a 6-goal thriller in the end. Genoa taking on Roma, of course. Now, these two sides played each other 111 times in the past. 33 wins for Genoa, 53 wins for Roma, and 25 draws. The last 6, what do we have on the last 6? Nothing for Genoa, 3 wins for Roma, and 3 draws. Last time they played each other in Genoa was back in January 2020. It was a 3-1 win for Roma. Under on the score sheet, of course, now at Leicester. David Brescia with a big fat OG, and Edin Dzeko on the score sheet for Roma. Goran Pandev on the score sheet for Genoa as they lost 3-1. Heading into this, Roma have actually scored at least 2 goals in 12 of the last 14 matches in Serie A, where they're also undefeated in 13 of the last 14 matches, both home and away. They come to this unbeaten in 6, both home, both in domestic and, of course, European action, of course, in action in the Europa League. On the flip side, Genoa come to this just 1 defeat the past 3 for them, but without a win. Without a win in 5. Without a win in 4, Genoa, of course, in action as well midweek. Look at the odds on this one then, shall we? 4-1 for Genoa for the victory. 13-8. Roma, stone cold favourites. 3-1 is your draw. Of course, Roma coming to this in 8th, but a win for them. They could go as high as 2nd. Genoa, of course, mathematically got 6 points on the board here. If they could win both these games, could go as high mathematically up to 5th. But we'll have to see. I don't think they're going to get it, though. I'm going to go with a 3-1 win for Roma. Torino also in double action, of course, this week taking on Crotone. Now, these two sides have played each other 17 times in the past. 6 wins for Torino, 4 wins for Crotone, and 7 draws. The last 6, though, has been 3 wins for Torino, nothing for Crotone, and 3 draws. Last time they played was back in 2018 in Serie A. It was a 4-1 win for Torino in Torino. Balotelli with a hat-trick. Ico Falque on the score sheet as well for Torino. Marco Varioni on the score sheet for Crotone in a massive loss. Crotone have actually conceded at least 4 goals in the last 3 away matches. Torino have actually conceded at least 3 goals in the last 4 home matches. Torino have also lost those last 4 home matches as well. They come into this without a win in at least 4. Same could be said for Crotone without a win in 5. So both two sides looking for points. In fact, good chance for Torino to really get some points on the board if they get their noses clean. 23-20 for Torino for the victory. 12-5 is draw. 9-4 is your away win. That is Crotone. Crotone coming to this bottom of the pops in a moment, but a win for them. They could go, in fact, above Torino in the process, up to 18th. And of course, Torino mathematically got 6 points on the table. They could be as high as 11th by the end of this weekend, but I don't think so. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win though to take the 3 points in this one, but unfortunately not good enough to rise any further. Bologna are taking on Napoli. Of course, now these two sides have played each other 130 times in the past. 43 wins for Bologna, 50 wins for Napoli, and 37 draws. The last 6 though sees 2 wins for Bologna, 3 wins for Napoli, and 1 draw. In fact, the last time they played each other, in fact, was that draw back in July 2020. It was a 1-1 draw in Bologna. Musabara on the score sheet, Costa Manolis on the score sheet for Napoli as their points were split down the middle. Bologna have actually scored at least 3 goals in the last 3 home matches. Bologna have also conceded at least 2 goals in the last 3 matches as well. They come into this just 1 win in the past 4 for them, losing the other 3. On the flip side, Napoli come into this 2 defeats in the past 5 in all competitions, both in domestic and Europa or European action, shall I say. Napoli 20-13 on stone cold favourites for the victory. 15-4 for Bologna. 16-5 is your draw. Heading into this, Napoli are 5th, but a win for them. They could go as high as 2nd. Bologna come into this in 13th, but a win for them. They could go as high as 11th. Sticking with Napoli on this one. Gattuso's boys will get the W, and again keep up the heat at the top end of the table. And wrapping it up. Oh yes, AC Milan, of course, leaders at the moment, taking on Hellas Verona. Zlatan's boys. Now these two sides have played each other 60 times in the past. 27 wins for AC Milan, 10 wins for Verona, and 23 draws. The last 6 though sees 3 wins for AC Milan, 2 wins for Verona, and 1 draw. And that draw was, of course, last time they played each other in Milan, 2nd of February 2020. It was 2-2 2020, and it was a 1-1 draw in the end. Hakan Kaloglu on the score sheet for AC Milan. Marco Faroni on the score sheet for Verona, and Solian Aramabet get himself sent off. Milan are actually undefeated in the last 18 matches. They've also scored at least 2 goals in the last 8 matches as well. They come into this unbeaten in at least 5 games for the very least. 4 wins and a draw in the process. On the flip side, Verona looking good at the moment. Unbeaten in 4 games for them, or 3, or just 1 defeat the past 5 for them. That was against Parma all the way back at the start of the month. Start of the month, of course. And the odds 20-9 on AC Milan stone cold favourites. 7-2 is your 11-2 is your away win. That is Verona. Of course, Milan coming to this top of the pops. And mathematically, all they need is probably a point to maintain that stats, but a win will do. Of course, on the flip side, Verona coming to this in 7th, and a win for them. They could go as high as 2nd. It'll be tight, this one, but I'm going to go with the 3-0 win. It's going to be tight, but a monstrous win for AC Milan in the end. And if I'm right, which I bloody well hope so, this is what the table will look like at the end of it. AC Milan top of the pops, 2 points clear of Sassuolo, who keep up the heat. Juventus maintain a big old top 3 stats at the moment. Napoli into 4th. The foot of the table, Crotone, Udinese and Torino going down. It doesn't have that point there, but realistically it won't really change too much of the foot of the table. Again, get your picks in nice and early for this one. Of course, after this it'll be the international break. Chance for us to climb down. Look at that. Halloween topic there. But anyway, that's all I've got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that thumbs up. But if you're new, bang your subscribe and keep your bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Serie A related, World Football related. We got it all here. Itchy nose under one roof. That's it, my friends. Again, if you want to support the channel in another way, check out the links down below. I'm on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook. I'm all on those bad boys, so make sure you bang the follows on all those respective ones. I'm trying to get my Twitch following up a little bit. Of course, if you want to support the channel another way, you can become the latest member of the Broverhood. Looking for patrons, of course, so make sure you check that out. But until then, though, I gotta get going. I gotta go live in like about 2 minutes. Until then, though, I'll see you all on the other side.